so let me also talk a little bit about something else, because switching gears a little bit, there's actually two aspects of my private practice that I have. One of which is what I just took some time in describing. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and instructor. So that is one aspect of my work. I'm a psychic medium. And what that means is that I have developed my intuitive gifts to the degree that I have learned that I can tune in, adjust my vibration through the process of meditation, and connect within the spiritual realm to bring through information, messages for others from that spiritual realm. As a psychic medium, I can give past, present, future readings to clients, in which I do all day, every day as a part of my practice. But also as a part of psychic mediumship is that you connect with those who have crossed over into the spiritual realm. So if you were to sit in my chair to come in for a reading, since I am a medium, 10 times out of 10, someone who has crossed over that's associated with you will show up with a message. So that's basically, in a nutshell, what a psychic medium is. And let me also just say, I am not special. We all have our own intuitive gifts without exception. Not everyone may be a psychic medium, but we all have intuitive gifts. We all have what we call our gut sense that we tend to follow. Now, as we live this lifetime experience, there's a whole lot of people out there that weigh in to say and advise you as to who they think you should be, what you should be doing with your life, and all these other things that sometimes cloud what our internal judgment, how it tries to guide us. And I'll even go as far as to say it's our God sense trying to talk to us, because that's what your intuition is. It's your God sense sort of navigating you joyfully through your life. However, we get so inundated with well-intentioned parents and teachers and all these other people, siblings, Lord knows I have those that'll weigh in, and tell you what they think that you should be doing. But the issue is that they're coming from their own life experience and their journey. And I would submit to you and suggest to you that you are on your own, and no one can tell you better than you what's good for you. So all answers, we come into this lifetime experience equipped with them. And they all are accessible to us through quiet and stillness, moments of quiet and stillness. For me, that's meditation. For you, that's meditation. Many people find it difficult to meditate because they have a sense that they have, or an expectation that they need to be able to quiet their mind completely. Not true. And they also have a misperception that you need to sit in meditation and quiet and stillness and for an hour and hours. Not true. Every morning before my feet hit the floor, right as I'm twilighting when I'm waking up, I meditate. 15 minutes, done for my day. My day is set up. Set up with my intention of who it is that I'm determining who I want to be for the day, who I intend on being for my life, meditating on the things that I desire because I believe I am a student of law of attraction. There are, whether you realize it or not, whether you agree with it or not, whether you want it to be or not, that there are universal laws at work, and law of attraction is the one. And that is that where you place your thoughts, that's what flows into your existence. Part of my life's work, and by the time, as I say, before I box, if I am able to communicate to other people, plant the seed that we are all spirit first, having a human experience, for us all to understand that, I would have done my work in my life. Because as you embrace that thought, as you begin to consider it, you begin to live your life far differently, far more from a place of empowerment, far more from a place of giving up your power to a sense that things happen and that you are at the whim of life experiences. Not true. How you perceive your life is how you live your life. Change your thoughts, change your life. And we've all heard that, but it really is true. As cliche as it sounds, it's very true. This is how I transitioned out of corporate America and developed my private practice. From gaining clarity on what it was that I want for my life and having that in my lens, in my forward lens, and having that be my story, my new and better story, and placing that out into the universe. And ever since I did that, setting that intention, I can honestly say that even to the minute detail of the type of clients that I want to um, to attract to my business, it has been successful. It has been a joy. It has been challenges in some ways, but always with a lesson. And so I tend to look at my life from that of a more spiritual perspective. And when I'm having a difficult time, I'm always asking, what's the lesson? What is the lesson here? And what is it that I truly want? And let me place my thoughts there. And always being a work in progress. Sometimes I get it better than others. I am still on my way to mastering that. And I can honestly say that even as a student of this past year has been probably the most challenging I've had in all of my 53 years. I'm 53 years old. But so many of the lessons are beginning to make sense and to come through. And now I'm moving into a place of gratitude, of coming out on the end of understanding what the lessons are and trusting and believing that all things happen in perfect order. So that is where I have grown and come to from my 18 plus years of being connected to the spiritual realm, and very much enjoy that aspect of my business in which I help people along their spiritual journey, help them with learning how to understand, the laws of the law of attraction, and how to begin to shift the way you think about things and front load your thoughts with what it is that you desire instead of the lack side of the equation. Because as you look at lack, that's what you're going to bring flow in more into your existence. And nobody really wants that. That's not consistent with what you really want. So that's the other side of my business. The psychic part of it, the intuitive part. I also teach students how to develop their own intuition because, as I said before, I am not unique. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. And that comes, I do this all the time. This is more and more becoming a part of my practice. I also help those to access what we call the Akashic Records Hall. Some people are familiar with that, and if you're not, it's the records hall in the spiritual realm in which all things are archived. It's the records, it's the library of everything that ever was. Cool place to visit, gotta tell you. Really cool place to visit. And when you're open to your spiritual journey, we never get it done, and things are always evolving and changing. And one day when I was giving a client a reading, my guides just said, oh, we're taking you to the Akashic Records Hall, and that's how I was introduced to it. Now, having said that, I was familiar with it because in my dreams, as I was learning my intuitive gifts, I would be taken away in my dreams and being taught in the spiritual realm. And I would have glimpses, little snippets of memory of being in this complex, in this marble white complex with a fountain in the front. And when they took me to the Akashic Records Hall, it was one of my first validations that those dreams were really real because I knew I had been there before. So as you are open to this journey, and everyone has the ability to do that because everyone has intuition and access to it, really the universe has more in store for you than you can ever imagine for yourself. So when you set along that path, it's amazing how many things come into your pathway that take you into even greater opportunities and greater learnings, greater understandings, depths of knowledge, and how you begin to live your life from that of a place of more joy, more a sense of knowing what's right for you. And especially in this past year, that has been the case. I have gone through many, many, many personal sort of upheavals, if that's the way that I deem to look at it. It's not really that, it's really opportunities to step into my destiny, is what my learnings of it is. But all along the way, I've had certain knowings, and people have been asking me, Kelly, what the hell are you doing? Are you crazy? What are you thinking? And all along the way, I'm like, I know what I know. I know what I know. I know what I know. And now, being a year into it, honoring my intuition, honoring my gut, honoring my God sense, it was right. It will never steer you wrong, and I'm not unique. So I encourage you all to go inward for answers. We're so socialized to reach outside of ourselves in order to feel better, to look for answers through other people, or to I'll just feel better if I have a bigger house. I'll just feel better if I have that man that makes everything good. I'll feel better if I just lose those last 20 pounds. I'll feel better if fill in the blank. It comes from inside. It absolutely comes from inside. And all of your answers, you came here. It was your birthright. You came here with all answers to live your life joyfully, purposefully, with a wonderful sense of intention, happiness. They're all there. But you have to go in to get it. And they all come in moments of quiet and stillness. The universe opened this up for me to do. So I'm grateful. You can give it some thoughts and maybe have some questions. Or if you'd like to weigh in on my Facebook page, help is available to so many of us that struggle with common issues. So thank you very, 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 very much for joining me. And I look forward to many more of these conversations. And love and light to you all. Have a great evening and a wonderful, wonderful 2017.